In this video, we'll take a quick tour of CrowdMixer 2.0 and explore the overall workflow. We won't dive deep into creating crowds just yet. Instead, we'll focus on what each panel does and how the main workflow fits together. Before getting started, make sure you've installed the add-on and set up your asset path. Once that's done, you'll find CrowdMixer in the right-side sidebar of the 3D viewport. Press N to open the sidebar panel and you're ready to go. CrowdMixer 2.0 is divided into three main sections: Crowd Manager, Character Customization, and Preset Collection. Let's take a quick tour of each section and see how they work together to build and manage crowds. Let's start with Crowd Manager. This is the central hub for managing all crowds in your scene. At the top, you'll find Load Preset Crowd. This allows you to load pre-built crowd setups such as stadium, transportation, concert, or beach. It's a great way to get started without building everything from scratch. It's also useful if you want to quickly explore how CrowdMixer works behind the scenes. Below that is the source list. You might be wondering, what exactly is a source? Simply put, a source is a collection of characters prepared for use in the crowd system. Crowds don't pull data directly from character customization. Instead, they use source files that have already been prepared and built. You can think of a source as a ready-to-use character library for your crowds. Below the source list is the crowd list. This section displays all crowds currently available in the scene. Whenever you create a new crowd, it will automatically appear here. If you're working with multiple crowds, this is where you'll manage them. When you select a crowd, its settings will appear in the Crowd Settings panel. In CrowdMixer 2.0, the entire layout has been redesigned to make everything easier to find and customize. Settings are organized into 5 main categories: source, emitter, placement, variation, and assets. Most settings are shared across all crowd types, but some options will vary depending on whether you're using a standing crowd, flow crowd, or stadium crowd. Let's start with source. In version 2.0, a single crowd can now use up to 4 different sources. This includes 1 main source and 3 additional mixed sources. This allows you to combine characters from multiple sources inside a single crowd node, creating much more variety. Next is emitter. The emitter defines where and how your crowd will be generated. Depending on the crowd type, different emitter options are available. For standing crowd, you can use a grid layout, curve, or mesh as the emitter. For flow curve crowd, a curve is used as the emitter, allowing characters to follow a path. For stadium crowd, a curve is also used as the emitter, defining the overall shape of the audience area. For standing crowd and flow curve crowd, you can increase the density value to generate more characters within the available area. For stadium crowd, density is not used. Instead, the crowd count is determined by the base and seat settings in the placement section. Next is placement. Placement controls how characters are arranged within the crowd. This section helps you create either a more organized crowd or a more natural, less uniform result. For example, you can adjust transforms and distribution to change the crowd layout and add variation. You can also use an aim object to control where the audience is looking and create a focal point. Before using an aim object, don't forget to apply transforms to the emitter object. Next is variation. This section is used to add diversity to your crowd. It consists of 2 parts: random and color theme. Random can vary faces, skin tones, hairstyles, and clothing patterns, but it only works with modular mesh characters. Color theme adds color variation to clothing materials. Together, these tools help create more natural-looking crowds with less visible repetition. Finally, there's assets. This section contains additional assets used alongside the crowd. These can be assets attached to individual instances such as chairs, tables, or props. They can also be larger scene elements such as buildings, stages, fences, or other environmental objects. Next, let's move on to character customization. This is where you create and customize characters before using them in a crowd. To customize a character, turn on Customize. Crowd Mixer supports two character types, single mesh and modular mesh. Single mesh characters are optimized for large crowds because they're lightweight and fast. These characters are pre-built and cannot be customized. Modular mesh characters provide much greater flexibility, allowing you to customize hairstyles, clothing, body shapes, and animations, as well as create a wider range of character variations. After customizing your characters, you can save them as presets. Multiple presets can then be organized into a preset collection. You can think of a preset collection as your personal character library, making it easy to reuse and manage characters across different crowd setups. Once your character presets are ready, in the Preset Collection panel, you can use the Build function. Build creates a source file that can be used by the crowd system. The generated source file is stored in the CMX_source folder and shares the same name as the preset collection. After building, you can return to the source list and click Add Source to load it into your scene. To keep things organized, Crowd Mixer prevents the same source from being added multiple times. Another important feature is Proxy Mode. Proxy Mode reduces viewport performance costs when working with large crowds. Even though you're viewing simplified characters in the viewport, the final render will still use full-quality assets. Finally, let's talk about Instance Override Mode. This is one of the major new features in Crowd Mixer 2.0. It allows you to edit specific characters at individual positions without regenerating the entire crowd. It's especially useful for fixing repeated characters or overriding the flow speed of individual characters in your crowd. To summarize the workflow as simply as possible, create characters in character customization, save them into a preset collection, build the collection into a source file, add the source to your scene, then use those sources to generate crowds, and if you need to fix specific characters later, simply use Instance Override Mode. And that's it for this overview. If you have any questions or need additional support, feel free to reach out through our Discord community. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.